subtracting mixed numbers. First of all, we want to make sure our denominators have the same or the same. So I'm going to go through the 2 timetables. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. The 5 timetables, that'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I just found my least common multiple. So let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be times 5 here. 1, 2. So this will be times 2 times 2. So now this turns into 4. 1 times 5, 2 times 5 is 5 and 10. This is 2. 4 times 2 and 5 times 2. We have 8 and 10. Okay. Now, next is to subtract the fractions. We can't subtract 8 tenths from 5 tenths. It's not enough. So we're going to borrow. I'm going to borrow 1 from the 4. So borrowing 1 from the 4 becomes a 3. And then your 1 goes next to the 5 tenths. Okay, now that we have the 1 here, this is a mixed number. We're going to turn this into an improper fraction. We're going to use multiplication and adding. So we multiply 10 times 1 and then add 5. 10 times 1 is 10, plus 5 more is 15 over 10. Once we have our improper fraction, everything else just comes down. The 3, the minus, the 2, and the 8 tenths. Okay, now I can subtract my fractions. 15 tenths minus 8 tenths leaves about 7 tenths. And then we subtract our whole numbers. 3 minus 2, we get 1. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Denominators are not alike, so we're going to go through the multiplication tables of the 3s and the 5s and kind of see where it matches. 3 time tables are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. The 5 time tables are 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. All right, the least common would be the 15. All right, let's see how we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to multiply this by 5 and this by 5. Here, 1, 2, 3. So we'll multiply by 3 and by 3. Okay, so our new fraction will be 1 times 5, 3 times 5, which is 5 over 15. So the fraction is 3 times 3 and 5 times 3, which is 9 over 15. Okay, so our denominators now match. Next, I can't subtract 9 15ths from 5 15ths. It's too small. So I need to borrow from the 3. Borrow 1 from the 3, it becomes a 2. And the 1 now goes next to the 5 15ths. Okay. Now I want to combine this right here so it becomes an improper fraction. So I'm going to use multiplication and adding. 15 times 1, and then I'm going to add 5 to it. 15 times 1 is 15, plus 5 more is 20. Over 15. Okay. Now that I got that, I'm going to bring everything else down. 2, the subtraction, the 1, the 9, and the 15. Okay. Now we can finally subtract our fractions. 20 15ths, take away 9 15ths, leaves about 11 15ths. And then our whole numbers, when we subtract those, 2 minus 1 will leave 1. We're done. Okay, next problem. Again, the denominators are not the same, so we're going to go through the 4 time tables and the 6 time tables. 4 time tables, 4, 8, 12, and 16. 6 time tables, 6, 12, 18, and 24. And we have a common right here. the 12. So let's find out what the multiplier is. 1, 2, 3. So that's times 3 and times 3. Here, 1, 2. So that's times 2 and times 2. All right. So now our fraction will be 5. We got 1 times 3 and 4 times 3, which is 3 over 12. Here we have 5 times 2 and 6 times 2, which is 10 over 12. Okay. Now, when I attempt to subtract the fractions, you notice I can't take away 10 12s from 3 12s. It's just not enough over here to subtract. So I need to borrow. I'll borrow from the 5. 5 now becomes a 4, and the 1 that I borrow goes next to the 3 12s. From here, I'm going to turn this mixed number into an improper by multiplying 12 times 1 and then add 3. So 12 times 1 is 12, and add 3 more, you get 15. So 15 over 12. Now we're going to bring down all the other numbers, the 4, the minus the 4, and the 10 12s. Okay, now let's subtract our fractions. 15 12s minus 10 12s will give us 5 12s. And then 4 minus 4 gives us no whole numbers. That's your final answer.